All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It is Thursday. Hope you're all doing well today. We got a lot going on today's episode, so let's get to it. It is June 10th, and we're going back to June 2nd, 1978, when this record drops. We're talking the fourth studio album from the boss. Bruce Springsteen drops this record, and well, it's a pretty amazing record. We're going to try to get through it all, like I said. Darkness on the Edge of Town goes to number 5, 3 million copies, 3 singles. Hailed as one of the greatest albums of all time. Not just one of Bruce's, but in all record history. It's on everyone's list. So let's go through a little bit of history here. They're coming off of a little record called Born to Run in 1975. How do you recover from that? I mean, after Born to Run, it's like, all right, I'm out. I gotta go. I'm done. Then he gets into some legal troubles with his manager and contract troubles, and he can't put out another record for 3 years. During this process, he writes 70 songs, of which 52 of them are full and recorded. How about that? Even as early as October of 77, they've got a full record. They've got it all concept and ready. It's called Badlands, and it's got an album cover. And Bruce Springsteen nixes it and says, no, let's go back and let's try to figure this out. Of the throwaways from this recording session, a few went to other artists, including Fire, made famous by the Pointer Sisters, and Elmer Fudd, if you know what I'm talking about. Another guy recorded it too. Robert somebody. Robert Gordon. That's who it was. You got Because the Night came out of these sessions. How about that? Patti Smith. And 4 of the tunes went to the album Nebraska, which is no slouch in itself. We're talking major, what they call heartland rock and roll here. Rolling Stone reviewed this record. I'm going to try to post that review below because you don't usually get such gushing reviews from Rolling Stone, published in 1978. It starts off with, occasionally a record appears that changes fundamentally the way we hear rock and roll. That's a bold statement right there. The way it's recorded, the way it's played. I have no doubt this will fit on that list of those records. They talk about the production and how perfect the E Street Band is. And this record shows how perfect they were. They actually recorded this record all together versus Born to Run, which was more wall of sound. Ronnie, the Spectre movement there. Ronnie Spectre. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, that was recorded in different rooms. Phil Spector, thank you. Thank you for whoever said that. That Born to Run was recorded separately, like the wall of sound. But this one was all of them in a single performance, and they are just tight. Again, Heartland Rock. So there's like, there's some major themes going on in here. And it just works. They talk about his singing in this, and they compare him to Dylan and Van Morrison as far as vocal styles and the risks he takes. I didn't hear this record till late. Like I said, I'm a late Bruce fan. The first record I heard was Born to Run, and I really liked 10th Avenue Freeze Out and Jungle Land. Those were my 2 favorite songs. But I didn't dig into deep into his catalog. Even when Born in the USA came out, which was fine. I have mixed feelings about that. We've talked about that. But it wasn't until a little bit later Tunnel of Love came out. That one I really enjoyed quite a bit. So then I went back and looked at his older stuff. And this record really spoke to me as far as these songs. These are great. So let's talk about the songs. Opens up with Badlands. That went to number 42, by the way. Great song. Great opening track. What a way to kick it off, all right? Adam Raised Cain. That was also an instant favorite for me. Love that song. Something in the Night. Also a great song. Candy's Room. A song about one of the oldest profession. Racing in the Streets. Wow, what a song. Racing in the Streets is. Talk about a story. I mean, this is just a great song, and if you don't know Racing in the Streets, you got to play that song. You know, my favorite part of that song is that whole thing. I met her on the strip 3 years ago in a Camaro with a dude from LA, blew that Camaro off my back and blew her away, you know. And then later on, he's talking, it says, what's the line from that one? For all the shutdown strangers and hot rod angels rumbling through this promised land tonight, my baby and me, we're going to ride to the sea and wash these sins off our hands. I mean, this is just an amazing song. And if you haven't played that lately, I say check it out. Flip the record over, The Promised Land. There it is, talking about the Promised Land. Flip it over, and there's your song, The Promised Land. Awesome song. Factory, Streets of Fire. Prove It All Night went to number 33. I don't know, if you're a Springsteen fan, like, out there, tell me if I'm wrong, but there are people who didn't like that song, right? That thought that was just not a Bruce type song. I don't know, that was one of the first ones I gravitated to. I really like that song. I got no issues with that whatsoever. And Darkness on the Edge of Town, awesome song too. So this is a great record, like I said. Speaking of this record, we do have a birthday in Cave Nation out there. Dwight Dunn, it's your birthday today. Do you think I planned Bruce Springsteen? Yeah, we put it off a little bit just for this occasion. We'll see what you have to say about the boss. But happy birthday to Platinum member Dwight. Hope you're having a great day today. How do I pick a song of the day? Well, as you can tell, I'm probably down to 2. We're at 6, almost 7 minutes. It's between Racing in the Streets and Prove It All Night. It's tough for me to do Racing in the Streets just because it's kind of melancholy, and that's certainly not uplifting for a birthday song either. So Prove It All Night is your song of the day by a hair. Crank that one up and enjoy it. Enjoy this record. Can't wait for your comments out there. Enjoy the boss on this Thursday. Looking forward to this weekend. It's Record Store Day Saturday. We'll talk some more about that. Have a good one. And as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.